Hi everybody, welcome to this episode of Keiki Camp. Today we are featuring our treasure map that looks really old and tattered and has some really cool features on it. I'm going to teach you how to draw some of these things and make your very own treasure map. So I'm gonna roll this one. You know what, I'm just gonna keep it on the side for inspiration. And later we'll put it in our little jar. This one, I just added some extra dirt into it to make it look like it's been sitting in this bottle for a while. I just thought that made it more interesting than a shiny brand new one. Okay, so in your kit, you have template or the reference page, which you can reference some drawings to, and I'll go over some of these drawings with you. You have your tube. Inside your tube, you will have a paintbrush, a Sharpie, some jute, and rice, as well as a little piece of paper that has a dot of brown paint on it, but it's actually dried brown paint, and then some rice. Now, this is how we are going to start our process. Oh, don't forget you need a cup of water and paper towels for cleanup from home. You may want a pencil too. I'm actually just going to use a Sharpie. But this is how we are going to design our map. You could freehand it and just make a design that you want, but we found this really cool technique where you take rice and you spill it out like this on your page, and then you can trace around your rice to make an interesting island. So I'm just taking my Sharpie and dancing around. I'm not hitting every single one of these little grains, but that made a really cool island. And then I'll draw some little tiny islands off to the side over here. Maybe we've got another one. Close to this one. I'm not being very precise, but it gives me some guidance where I could go, right, to make some interesting little islands. Those are the first of them. That looks pretty cool. I'm gonna scoop up all my rice, and I'm just gonna put it back in my jar for now. If you take the paper and crease it at the end, it makes like a little funnel, and then you can easily pour your rice back in. Oh, I have a few more grains. Now, this already looks amazing, and everybody will have their own unique features on their map. I get the hang of it, and so I'm gonna just freehand another little island over here. Now you could just do one giant island. I did 3. I think that looks fun. Now we are going to focus on some of the patterns that I sent you. So I think it'll be great to start with this, which is actually our compass, okay? And I will show you how to draw that. You can put it in any empty space that you have. I've got a little empty space down here in the corner, or I could place it up here in the right. I think for me, I'm gonna place it up here in the right side. Okay, and if it was to overlap any part of your island, don't worry about it. It's completely fine. Okay, so I'll put it here for a reference. This is how I start. I start with a tall triangle. Okay. Okay, the first thing that I actually want to do is draw a circle. And then I will draw another circle. Looks like a donut. And then let's draw a triangle, a tall triangle. We'll draw another tall triangle to this side, one on the bottom, and one off to this side. Okay. Next, I want you guys to draw a line in the middle of each triangle. Okay. Now on the right hand side of each of those triangles, we're going to color it in black. Just fill it in. So that's the right side of that one. If I flip it around, the right side of this one. Flip it around, right side. Right side of this one. It already kind of makes it look a little dimensional and really important. Now in between these two triangles, I'm going to do a short one. Short little triangle and color it in. I'm going to do that in between each one. Little triangle, triangle, triangle. And you can color those in. Okay. Now we are going to imagine a circle being drawn around here. Maybe you can grab a cup or something. Like for me, this shape right here is actually perfect. I'm just gonna trace and only touch, actually you can see it here. I'm trying to place it in the middle. And I'm just going to go from side till it meets that triangle. I'm trying to see where you guys can see this the best. Not happening. You can't really see it. But I'm just touching the sides. And when I pull this up, you'll be able to see it. But this helps me make a really nice circle. Ta-da! Without crisscrossing and going inside there. Okay. Now I'm going to draw another one just on top of it. Okay. And then it has these little notches inside. We're going to draw those little notches. This is just for fun, so it doesn't have to be perfect. We're just having fun with it. Mine is not perfect. Don't worry about that. Now, in the middle of each of these, I want you to just draw a little arm or an angle out. This makes it look super official and very important. Very important. And then finally, let's add our north, south, west, and east. So put a north, south, just went over one of those islands, east, and west. Hey, what's under there? A rice bead. Okay, so there's my compass. It looks very, very impressive, very official on here. All right, what are some other things that we could draw in here? Let's do the skull and crossbones. Skull and crossbones will be really fun. That's to indicate that something's dangerous, I feel like. And maybe I want to do it, you can choose anywhere on your map where you want to do the skull and crossbones. I'm going to do mine maybe right here. And I start off with like an oval shape, okay? And then I make, these are kind of like, I don't know if it's cheekbones or what, kind of looks like ears or cheekbones. Then I'm gonna do two big eyes, and they're kind of angled on the sides. And you can use this as your reference. Then we're gonna do an upside down heart. And then the creepy smile with the teeth in it. Oh, my skull and crossbones, he looks a little kind. Nice. I also like to put these little dashes on the side. It's like a little bit of shading. And then we're gonna add the bones. So I come off with two parallel lines. And it's almost like a heart shape at the end. I'm gonna imagine that bone is coming down here too, two parallel lines and a heart shape. I'll do that on the other side. My skull and crossbones. Awesome. Now, let's think about what other features might be on these islands. I think mountains. So triangles can represent mountains, and you can put them anywhere on any of your islands. And I'm going to just do a series of triangles overlapping each other. And sometimes it can be one, sometimes it can be two. You could have like a whole mountain range. Yes. I think I'll do a mountain range over here too. This one, maybe it's just a flat island. Let's see, palm trees. Palm trees would be another great way to indicate landmarks. And palm trees are very, very easy to do. You draw kind of, you could draw a straight line. I like to do a curvy line. So I just did a little curve. And then little, like kind of a starburst at the top. And when there's more than one palm tree, that makes it look good too. Can you guys see that? Ta-da! So feel free to add some palm trees. I have one here too. I like it when there's more than one palm tree. You could add a few more leaves to these to make them a little more realistic. I think it's important if we put some water in here too. So water is like I'm doing continuous C's, so it looks like waves. So I make my stroke really long and I go up and then I come down to do a letter C. So again, long stroke up and then do a letter C. You can see that here on the legend that it shows water. So now we have our mountains, our water, and trees. Ooh, sharks. That could be fun, right? Maybe not fun, but fun to draw only. Fun to draw only. So maybe in between my two islands, you guys can choose where you want to put them, but I'm gonna put some sharks in between these two islands. So this is how I do it. I just draw a simple little line, and then I draw the letter C, and then on top of the C, I come down. And then I can color that in. That tells me this is shark area and very scary. I'm gonna draw a few of those. Ooh. I will not be swimming in that area. Okay, our map is coming along. What else can we draw? Oh, let's do a ship. So I've got a lot of room right here. So I'm going to draw a simple ship. I have a complicated one here. We can try that one. How about that? Okay, so the first stroke that I want you to make, this is gonna be the actual boat. And I'm going to draw it a little big so you guys can see it. We're going to make a slightly curved line. It's not perfectly straight, it's slightly curved. And then I'll put a little curve on each side. And then a longer line to make it look like the water. Okay, so that's the bottom of our ship. Now let's make a mast. So we're gonna do a line that goes up and then a triangle. But this triangle is going to have sassy mark at the bottom to make it look like a sail. So this is how we'll accomplish that. I'm gonna make the two tops of the triangle. Okay, triangle there. Now to make it a sassy sail, we're going to connect these two with a curved line. And that makes it look like the wind is blowing, okay? Next, we're going to do a rectangle, but it's going to be at its side. So what we're going to do is maybe in the middle or kind of a little bit high on the mast part, let's draw an angled line, slight angle, and then the one underneath it, we're going to kind of come at a slight angle like that. Okay, it's like 2 chopsticks spread out like this. Next, we're gonna do a sassy sail again. So we're connecting the right side of the sail, the top and bottom, but we're gonna go with a slightly curved line, just slightly. And then the one connecting the 2 lines on the left side of the sail, it's gonna be convex. No, is it concave or convex? Convex is outwards, so that's convex. This one was a bit concave. All right, and then I'm gonna show it. So underneath that sail, it has a little mast underneath it, or right behind it. Ta-da! Now we're going to do 2 more sails on this side. So those sassy sails, we're going to do a curved line. And another short curved line. And this one is curvy as well. It's coming together. Now this mast can come up a little, and let's do a little flag, which is a little wiggly kind of triangle. Little flag at the top. I'm gonna do another little flag at the top of this one. I think that little pirate ship looks great. If you want to, you could do a little line in here and maybe some little dots, like little portholes. Okay, there is our ship. What else do we have going on here? Oh, let's try this octopus, shall we? I'm gonna put the octopus down in this area, and I like to start with a flat line. Then I'll do a little bump, the circle. This is his scary eye. And then he's gonna have a bulging eye on this side. That looks pretty scary. And then let's do a little wiggle. A little curl at the end. And another wiggle. It went kind of over one of my islands, totally fine. So the thing about the octopus arm is it's thicker by its head, and then it's thin at the end of the, like where his, not fingers, but where the end of his arm is, it gets really skinny. So it's fat towards the head. And I'm just gonna start coloring this in. And if you didn't quite get this shape right, it's okay. If you're doing it in pencil, it's fine to leave the pencil marks. You don't need to erase, because we're gonna really texture up this map. Okay, I'm gonna do a couple more arms. I'm running into my ship. So my arms will probably be in a few different directions. I would not want to run into this octopus. That's all I have to say about that. Okay. Maybe I'll draw a couple little lines under here. Ooh. Oh, we should put an X on here to mark where our treasure is. I think I'm gonna put X marks this spot right here for the treasure, okay? Now, once you're satisfied with all of your drawings and putting your trees and all your little markers all over, the next step that we're going to do is wrinkle it all up. And we're gonna put pressure on it. And this is great paper, it's thick. It can withstand this. So now I have my ball, my treasure map, okay? But we wanna give it some more texture. Let's go ahead and open it. We're getting there, but it doesn't look old enough to me. So I'm going to take it and just do like really tiny little scrunchy, take the corners, really tatter them up, scrunch them tight. Like this. Open it up again. The other thing that I like to do is crumple it up. And then if I'm wearing jeans or if I have carpet, I can go like this against the carpet and it just makes it really soft. Or you can do that on your jeans, or you can do it on the table like this. Just kind of makes it a little soft. Open it up. Oh yeah, I'm getting some really good texture in my map and it's starting to look old. If you wanted to, you could even tear some of the corners to make it look a little tattered, but be careful, don't tear into your other pieces. If you do though, you could put a little piece of tape and I mean, it would really look authentic. Okay, so I've got this great texture on here. The next thing I want you to do, we're gonna add some distressed, dark brown strokes in here to make it look even older than it is. So let's go ahead and get our paintbrush, get some water, and activate, ooh, look at that, really dark brown paint. And I'm just gonna take my brush and lightly go over some areas, going over like where my mountains are. And I'm not really painting it, I'm just letting the paint sit on top. And you can do this wherever you want. I'm just doing it in the mountain kind of areas. If you don't have a lot of mountain areas, maybe just do it around your island. It doesn't need to be perfect. We're just putting some color on here. Really, we're making a mess. But there is a method to this madness. And it's probably scary for some of you, like, oh my gosh, where do I put it? This doesn't feel right. But just add some of that dark color and get your paper a little damp, just a little bit wet. I'm even gonna put some of this in my water. And this is just starting to make it look old, right? You can see that. And I'm gonna wrinkle it up again. sprinkle it up. I could even put some water here and there on it to get it a little more wet too. Open it up. Oh my gosh, look at this treasure map. This is looking so good. I think I'm just gonna keep rubbing some of that color on there to make it look older. Can even put it around the edges. Put it anywhere on here that you want. Now it won't make the Sharpie bleed because the Sharpie pen, it won't bleed. It's actually alcohol-based, not water-based. If you used a different marker, it might bleed. You might get some of the bleeding in your pen. What do you think, Mel?
2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. I think it looks pretty darn good. Now, I'm gonna go bury it. So, I'm gonna roll it up. I'm gonna half it. Just gonna keep your rice in there. You can throw your rice away. Put it in here. Tie a bow. Voila. Here is my treasure map. Now, wouldn't it be fun if you, you know, actually did a map of your house maybe and had a treasure? You could duplicate this with a brown bag. You can do the same, but I gave you the basic technique and you can totally make this again and make your own treasure maps. So we hope you had fun today and we'll see you for our next exciting project. Bye.